Welcome everybody to 2021. We hit the ground running. It's your old friend Gutex, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on what's going down in the world. So, this is going to be a long video. You're not going to see me. It really doesn't matter because all I want you to do is listen. Please listen with an open mind. Strong chance a lot of you are going to get really mad. There's going to be some that get bored, and then there's going to be some of you that don't even understand why I'm doing this. But it has to be done, and that's just the way it has to be right now. So I want to fill you guys in on what's been going on in the world over the past several days. It all started when Wednesday, January 6th, the quote unquote storming of the Capitol featuring a bunch of Trump supporters, supposedly, maybe. So I was watching this unfold all day. I was watching mainstream media on one side of the screen, and I was watching InfoWars on the other side of the screen. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, Gutex, you're so crazy. You're almost as crazy as Alex Jones. But the reality is that the only people that would say that they didn't have amazing coverage of, what happened at the Capitol, at least compared to mainstream media, it was way better. Holy smokes. But, you probably just didn't watch it, right? Because if you did, you would have seen the same thing that I saw, which I'm not going to play for you. And if you want to see this video, then it's still up on my Twitter account. So I said, warning, this is graphic, but it's important for everyone to see this video because we don't know how it will try to be spun or suppressed. And she gave her life for our country. Rest in peace. Hashtag MAGA martyr sad face. And then I posted the video. It's graphic, not for everybody, but it's got 1 million views on it. And, seems like a lot of people watched it, which was my goal. And we'll get into that as we go. But, it's very simple to me. If I see something going wrong, I feel like I have to say something about it because I have a platform and an audience, and even though people say I'm irrelevant, somehow everything that I tweet turns into a dumpster fire on Twitter. I spent all 2020, in a steady downward spiral of alienating my Twitter following, and then business associates and friends, and it just goes on. But it's really, I guess a blessing in disguise because the only people that are left are the ones that are really down. And a lot of people reached out to me to see if I was okay, to which I am. And thank you for reaching out because that's what friends and, good humans do for each other. So they reach out and say, hey, everything cool? Are you good? Because in the real world, it's okay to see things differently. It's okay to have different viewpoints or opinions or beliefs about everything, really. It's okay, because most people can agree to disagree, and most people can just respect other people's opinions, even if they don't agree. But there are also a lot of people, seemingly, that can't stand to have their worldview, questioned. They can't stand the thought that things may not be exactly like what they appear. And they can't stand to not try to virtue signal and try to prove who's more woke or who, honestly, fired up like them. Hold on. Anyways, so I knew this would be an issue on Twitter. Everything that I said on Twitter in 2020 just drove people away, but that's fine. But what I did not anticipate was this. So less than 3 hours later, Twitch says, "We made the decision to remove the PogChamp emote following statements from the face of the emote, encouraging further violence after what took place in the Capitol today. We want the sentiment and use of Pog to live on. Its meaning is much bigger than the person depicted or image itself. And it has a big place in Twitch culture. However, we can't in good conscience continue to enable use of the image. We will work with the community to design a new emote for the most hype moments on Twitch." Awesome. Sweet. Thanks, Twitch. 32,000 retweets. They reached a hell of a lot of people. Far more people, actually, than my original tweet, right? Almost 700 retweets, even though I think the algorithm has curbed that down a little bit. Either way, seems as though this may have been a knee-jerk reaction from Twitch. And, I get it. It was a very emotionally charged day for all of us. Seriously, nobody has ever seen anything like that in our country, in our lifetimes. That's just, we're in uncharted territory, in case people don't know. What's going on right now is unprecedented. This is a crazy timeline right now, folks. So I get it. I don't think I think Twitch was probably just trying to cover their asses and not lose advertisers or something like that. I get it. Hey, who's to say I wouldn't do the same thing given the circumstances? Yeah, no, I probably wouldn't. But that's okay. I understand. Hey, it's their platform. They can do whatever they want, right? So rather than fire off a knee-jerk reaction of my own, I just decided to take a breath, chill out for a little bit. But then when I decided to post a response, I realized that my account had been locked. And I know what you're saying. Well, Gutex, I mean, if you just didn't say the thing, and if you just didn't post the video of this woman getting shot, then you wouldn't have gotten locked. Wrong. Because the account got locked because of some tweets that I made back in August on Twitter about HCQ. Can't even say it because the YouTube algorithms will pick you up and then put the stupid little virus card underneath the player, tell people to go to this, whatever, go to the CDC or the World Health Organization or wherever to get information about the virus, even though we're not talking about the virus. YouTube, you hear me? I know you're listening. Anyways, so I had to take down those tweets, but whatever. I don't care about those tweets anyways. And now they're in this video. So congratulations. The Streisand effect works again. First, by Twitch drawing attention to, I guess, me, quote, encouraging further violence. Because, oh my God. Yeah. It's important that everyone see this video because we don't know how it will try to be spun or suppressed. And she gave our life for our country. I'm not really seeing the whole violence part. Yeah, maybe it was this one. Will there be civil unrest for the woman who was executed in the Capitol today? Or will the hashtag mega martyr die in vain? The video will be aired soon on ban.video and the resistance.video, and it sounds pretty gruesome. Okay. I mean, so I asked a question and uploaded a video that mainstream media didn't play. I mean, I don't even think they... Honestly, even if they played it, they didn't play the whole thing. But this is now considered inciting violence. I don't know about that. Because to me, the only way that you would look at my tweet, both of them, this one and the one with the video, and think that I was, quote, encouraging further violence is if you yourself were thinking about violence. You know, when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So I don't think, personally, I don't think that, well, it was not my intention to incite violence because that's just not my style, you see, because, you know, even in what ended up happening was in mainstream media started to pay attention. Twitch, Newsweek writes, Twitch removes PogChamp Emote over Gutek's, quote, encouraging further violence in U.S. Capitol. And shout out to Saren Morris, put together this article. I really, man, wouldn't it be so sweet to be in the print edition? I'm so old. Anyways, so according to Newsweek, it's a mostly pretty decent article. Let's see. Oh, no, this one doesn't say it. Maybe this one said it. Here we go. There we go. Professional Street Fighter player, Gutex. Wow. Actually, I like... Oh, this is pretty good. The player questioned on Twitter whether there would be more, quote, civil unrest for the woman who was executed inside the Capitol, end quote. A woman was fatally shot during the riot Wednesday in Washington. Wow. Okay, so as featured in USA Today, professional video game player, fighting game player Gutex is, quote, encouraging further violence after what took place. Now, maybe you guys know how I feel, right? I'm not a violent person. If I were actually a violent person, I would be in combat sports. I would be like an MMA fighter or something like that. But I'm not. I just play video games and beat people up in the game, as featured in USA Today and Newsweek. So it caused quite a stir, especially because it's not as though right now Twitter isn't kind of put under a microscope for inciting violence on its platform. Just ask the sitting president of the United States of America, because when he got thrown in Twitter jail, I was already in. How's it going, sir? Right this way. You can have my bed. Take this pillow. Take a load off. We're going to be here for a while. Because turns out that, big tech thinks that our president is now inciting violence. Now, whether or not you agree doesn't matter. Because if I were to have told you 10 years ago, hey, sometime in the not too distant future, the sitting president, who I won't tell you who it is, but the sitting president of the United States of America will be deplatformed and have his accounts removed from Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, Discord, TikTok, Shopify. You would say, Utex, that is goddamn ridiculous. No tech company, certainly not one based in the good old US of A, would ever dare nor dream to do something so foolish, so bad for business as trying to deplatform the most powerful man in the world. Nobody. No way. That's crazy. That's impossible. But welcome to 2021. So when we take a look at what they say, here we go. Assessment. We assessed the 2 tweets referenced above under our glorification of violence policy, which aims to prevent the glorification of violence that could inspire others to replicate violent acts, and determined that they were highly likely to encourage and inspire people to replicate the criminal acts that took place at the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. Wow, that was a lot longer than I really thought it was going to be. Anyways, the point I'm trying to illustrate is that It's not like Twitter isn't going through people's tweets with a fine-tooth comb to determine whether or not they're inciting violence. Am I right? You know, and I'm not saying that I have the type of reach and influence that the president does. I'm just saying that I don't think it's a coincidence that my account got locked after what I posted. You know, they're looking for people that are trying to incite violence. But that's not what they found on my account. So why is it then that Twitch seems to have decision-making superpowers? Because in less than 3 hours from when I made when I uploaded the video, they made the decision to remove PogChamp as a global emote. You can't make this stuff up.